Thomas Wolf out here getting it today. So doing spark plugs on a 3.7 Dodge Dakota. Gonna do a walkthrough, see how this rolls. So what you guys are gonna need to do, obviously your spark plugs, some NGK iridiums, 10mm 5/8 spark plug socket, various extensions, got an AC doggo of course, regular ratchet, and a Torx bit. We're going to find out kind of what size it is, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do, of course, is this negative terminal. So I'm just going to tuck that out of the way really quick. Switch you though, you got a T30 we got a PVC hose right here, so kind of loosen it up a little bit. Tuck that out of the way. This here. Hold this. I think I got some we can film it from here. Pull this off. Got this out of the way. We're going to focus on the main thing here. This pulls right off. I don't know where this other bolt went, so we got a Torx in here, but this side there's no nut on it. I don't know what's up with that, but we got no nut on this side here. So this here, don't pull this out. You don't want to yank it out of the hole, so unplug it. Okay, so check this out. These are your coil packs. You got a 10mm bolt and a clip for each one. As you can see, this one is pretty accessible here. This one, pretty easily accessible as long as wiring is out of the way. Same with the back one. This side is pretty easy. It's this side that you'll have some difficulty, but we're going to take off the rest of the air blocks too and get this out. But the one thing that does need to come out are these AC lines. This has a nut missing here. I might have a spare nut I'll throw on there. But if you shift this out of the way, move some of your hoses, and disconnect, move some of your hoses, you can get it out of the way. So for the air box here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You can pull out these slats and up. One in the back here. I don't really have a place to hang this, so it's really tough for me. See if I can get it. Ain't gonna sit there. So we're gonna have some issues filming this one, I think. Let me see if I can pull it off by hand. But there it is. Okay. It's hard to film up here. I'm kind of sitting up in the truck, so kind of have to lean up in here. Be careful of your fan shroud. So we got 1, 2, 3 off. So we're gonna push our harnesses out of the way. These just wiggle and pull. Okay, see down in there, we got a spark plug here. Using a 5/8 spark plug socket. I'll show you both ways. First way, always take a magnet tool. Another way to get these out. We're just gonna pop the third one out. They're pretty easy. Just get yourself a various amount of extensions. One for the one in the back here, so. Going for it. Let's see if we can do it without getting any leaves and shit in the engine. That'd be good. Okay, so turn and twist. Turn and twist. Here, you can see it looks like spark plug 2 was in a lot worse condition than 1 3, so we might drop him these to keep them as spares. So before you install your new plugs, you want to gap them. To make these, always use a copper anti-seize. That's one thing I'm putting in here right now, so I'm going to get my gloves dirty, so I'm going to have to turn the camera off for a second. So mind you, on that side here, I just use a 10-inch extension. It fits all of them. So for the back one, on the other side, you're going to use a smaller extension than this because it will not fit. So tighten these up by hand, get the threads started on them. I'll get this started here. Don't ever use a pack of these. You'll screw them up. So always use something. That's about good. So a lot of people use a torque wrench on these. I do them by feel, to be honest, a lot of times, but I'll probably drop a torque wrench on before I'm done. Just don't over tighten these. That's about good. Number 3 in the back here. Drop this in. Here we got 10mm bolt back in, like this. Clip back in. Click. Shoes back in. Harness clip. Okay, as for this side, so things I will recommend. First things first, unbolt this AC line, you get a lot of shift room. So here's what I do for this side. There's a air hose, there's right back here, there's one right here. Close to the intake. If you pull this, you can pretty much just yank this up underneath, like that. Gives you access to the first one. Second one, first one, super easy. The third one in the back, we'll put that back on in a second. The third one in the back, what you need to do is get a smaller extension, probably about this size, about a 6-inch, not a 10-inch, so you can clear it up here. So here we go. Pull one clip here. There's one. There's two. Balance it. Push down. Pick on the side and pushing helps a lot. One for the back. Don't really use an extension for it if you got a deep socket there. Alright. Okay. Twist and pull. Twist it and pull. Pull this hose straight out. There you go. Use the 6-inch extension. I do it by hand because it's kind of Looks like the back plug was a little bit burnt there. So, hang on to them. Alright. Number 3 and 4 were the worst ones. Okay. That one's capped. So once again, copper anti-seize. Hands are gonna get kind of dirty, so I'm gonna drop these in there after I do this. If you don't feel comfortable dropping it in, use a magnet tool and just scrape them right off. Best way to do it is tighten. Always hand tighten these first. Make sure you're not cross-threading them and beating up the threads in there. So. One. So this one I actually run a double extension one because it's kind of hard to reach, but make sure you're not cross-threading nothing. When you install it this way, and once it gets under the dipstick tube, you'll pick it up and slide it over the stud like that, so it has to clear that tube. Number 2 drops in real quick, straight down, number 1. Ripped glove here. 3. Start putting stuff back together here. I'll show you. First thing, put this up underneath. Back air hose goes back on. Alright, pull this back up over. Pretty much finished there. Reinstall is pretty quick. Make sure you get the tabs locked in there. Air hose back on. First things first, get your sensor plugged back in right there. Button up clamps again. terminal back on, and you're good.